Here we go. Here's one with shoe on head. So I've been watching her a lot, and she's kind of base, and from what I've heard from her, she's pretty funny. I've seen a few videos. I haven't seen like a full video of her because I always see like as been reacting to her, and I like the American flag in the background, and I don't know. She kind of has that look. She's like has that like that emo vibe from like the 2000s, which is kind of cute. But anyways, I thought this video. Let's watch this video though. America, right? Let's watch this shit. I heard she's pretty middle though, so like the good thing I like about it is like she's not biased to one side, but I think in the end she just likes to talk mad shit, which is cool. So let's watch it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to inform you that the rumors are indeed true. The Democrats have struck back. In the New Jersey governor's race, the Democrat won. In the Virginia
Just like
governor's
me,
race,
that's
the
right.
Democrat won.
I
And in
am
the New
far
York
left.
City race, Democratic
This is a Congo motherfucker.
socialist Zohran Mamdani defeated Andrew Cuomo to become the next mayor of America's largest city. But the question on everyone's mind is, was it just a fluke? Just easy wins in blue cities and states? Or is there something more to this? Is this a sign of things to come? Is the Democratic Party finally turning their losing streak around? Are they actually listening to the people now? Did they finally learn their lesson? No. Thanks for watching.
Well, that's it.
Last 3 videos
Mamdani turned into a little bitch next to. Oh yeah, no, that was he bent the knee so fucking hard, dude. I'm just like bro, like what happened to being like Trump's worst nightmare or whatever. But you know, at the end of the day with these politics, right? It's all for show. In the end of the day, like they don't really give a shit about the people. They just want to like get in there and say some shit, and you know, hopefully people just like it, right? But yeah, no, he definitely did. He definitely turned into a little bitch. It was pretty wild shit. I was like, whoa, that. You know what's funny though? When I did watch that, I was like, wow, this actually went really well. I was like, I was really surprised. And then like I remember that day when I was watching it, like I thought it was gonna be like some shit like Trump was gonna fucking go full retard and be like start yelling at him some shit like that. Yeah, too much aura. Yeah, right. Yeah, and it was so funny because I remember they were asking him, they're like, do you think Trump is still a fascist? He's like, well, and then Trump's like, it's okay, just say yes, it's easier. And then it's just like, oh, okay, yes, I did say that. So it's like it really shows like all this like name calling. It's kind of bullshit to be honest, but it was really funny. I guarantee Trump just doesn't give two shits anymore. He's like, whatever, dude. It's like it's not his first rodeo, right? Because I feel like so many people have already like called him racist and fascist and all that stuff. It's like, and I always mention this too. It's just like I feel like I got scammed, you know? Because at the end of the day, like I thought Trump was gonna be more dictator. I thought he was gonna be more authoritative if anything, but we didn't get that, to be honest. I'm a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very disappointed in what I got. Like I thought I was gonna get authoritative, like Nazi freaking Trump, dictator Trump. That, yeah, literally that's what I thought I wanted. Like I thought we were gonna get that. Like we were gonna get put people in jail, people were gonna take down the deep state, but we didn't get that. So if anything, Trump is too liberal, if anything. So I'm just like, I'm a little disappointed, to be honest. Like, I don't know. That's just me, though. Bro wants North Korea. I wouldn't go that far. I just wanted the deep state to be taken out. That's all.
Those about electoral politics were warning the Democratic Party that young men were moving right because the party f***ing sucks and was becoming the young men each and die movement. Spanking the Democratic Party for losing because they elected one of the most unlikable, shittiest candidates while offering absolutely nothing to voters, and defending the voters from the wrath of a bunch of liberal streamer man children.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is why I didn't really like vote for the left, like, cause you get people like this, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to be that. Ugh. So I was like, oh, this side looks great too.
And calling the voters stupid and evil for daring not to vote for Hillary Clinton and brownface. But the thesis for all 3 of those videos—
Yeah, and the whole problem was too, I think the left kept guilt tripping you and like voting for this person. They would just be like, oh, well, if you don't vote for Kamala, then you hate women. Oh my god, if you don't vote for this, then you're a racist. It's like, it was kind of really retarded. Like the whole thing was like, oh, well, you don't vote for this, you don't like, you're not black or whatever. I'm like, the fuck? Bunch of Reddit mods? Yeah, pretty much, right? Okay, I'm gonna say this, dude. Like, she's really cute. Am I the one that thinks she's like really cute?
Was basically the same. As the right embraces working class populism, the Democratic Party and the left will continue to fade into irrelevancy. But as I also predicted in those last videos, there might be an eventual pendulum swing, and it might be happening much sooner than I predicted. Like, how did we go from Republicans winning the popular vote, in part thanks to a lot of the young people voting, to a bunch of data showing those same young people dropping their support for the GOP already?
Oh,
but
wow.
The interesting thing is, those young people don't seem to be moving to the Democratic Party either. Where are they going? And do the Democrats...
Yeah, and I think, on top of this, of responding to this answer, is that, like, I think the problem is that a lot of us didn't get what we wanted. Like, right? I think overall, like, he did run on, like, the whole deporting illegal immigrants, and as well as, what was that thing? Like, banning transgenderism, right? I think those are the biggest things that I kind of, like, or, sorry, not banning transgenderism, but banning men into women's bathrooms, right? I got what I wanted. Good. Yeah. I mean, overall, I think he's done what we kind of wanted, what he ran on. But I think the biggest L so far, I think with this whole administration, is the Epstein files, right? I think the biggest thing is the Epstein files, where like they said they were going to release it on day one, and we still haven't gotten it, right? And I get why they haven't released it. I think they should release it, but I think this list is bigger than we think it is, right? But it's kind of stupid. It's like, then if you don't like it, then don't even, like, don't say you're gonna release it. Like, don't be like, oh yeah, it's on my desk and shit like that. Like, then that's gonna be a huge thing, right? And to be fair, like, I think some states, like not all of them, but I think majority of states are getting, like, they're not getting what we want in terms of like jobs, better, better, I guess, in terms of better like salaries or whatever. Not getting like basically making like more, like we're not making money as we think us, right? But unfortunately, it's a state thing, so all these states are being fucking idiots. So the ones who are like taxing us more, nothing's changed. So we wanted someone to be able to take down the deep state and all this corruption, but nothing's changed. So I think that's why people are a little upset.
Have a plan to scoop these people up. Yes, they do, and they called it, I'm not kidding, deciding to win. Deciding
Jesus
to win, as
Christ.
if the whole time they have just been simply deciding to lose. It was a choice, guys. They
No
changed their mind and they
fucking
want to
way.
win now. In this video, I will talk about why I think Zohran
What the-
Mamdani won.
It's like that thing with Kamala Harris, where he had like the fucking hand job logo thing. Remember that thing? Like, where they had that. I was like, who the fuck is making this shit?
We will go through the Democrat Party's plan to decide to win. We will briefly talk about the rise of the political commentator Nick Fuentes, the MAGA Civil
Nick
War,
Fuentes, that's my boy.
and what I like to call the inevitable rise of Shoecialism. If that sounds interesting, stick around.
Shoecialism, that's
If it
interesting.
doesn't, you can leave. It's not like I'll miss you or anything. But Baka. I know a lot of you are
Did you
not
just call me
very
a
interested
Baka?
in politics. You come here for the
I like that.
fun Reddit slop, the men vs. women content, yeah, I know. But unfortunately, politics kind of seeps into your lives, whether you want it to or not. So you might as well be entertained when you hear about it,
Such a
and have some
baka.
fun with it when you can. And I just so happen to have the perfect app for that. So before we get into this political deep dive, let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor,
Oh,
one of my favorite
good.
sponsors to
I
work
love
with,
sponsors.
Ground News.
I hear about
Ground
this
News
a
is a
lot.
website and an app that gives
Whoa, she's
readers
blonde
a
now.
transparent and easy way to read
She just
news
turned to
from
Joe
all
Hendry.
across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a
Great
quick
costumes.
visual breakdown of political bias that helps you understand the full story and makes sure you're getting both sides. One of my favorite features on Ground News is the blind spot feature, which shows you news stories that have been covered by one side of the spectrum and ignored by the other.
I like that, because if you watch some of the news, right, like I think, like, well, actually, I'll be honest, I don't even watch the news anymore, but like, it's crazy how like you can find shit like where it's like, if you watch CNN, it's like super lefty, right, but on the right side, it's like Fox, right, so it's like, I'm glad there's stuff like this, because some people just fucking take shit out of context, where like, they'll literally watch one side of the news and they're just like, oh my god.
For example, here is a story about how the White House apparently intervened in an Andrew Tate federal probe.
Andrew
29
Tate?
news
I love
sources
Andrew
covered
Tate.
this. 86% of them were left-wing.
Wow.
None were right-wing. Ground News also makes it really easy to compare headlines to see how political bias can affect framing. For example, this feud between Elon Musk and Billie Eilish. This right-wing headline reads,
I love
Elon
being
Musk
bald.
claps back at Billie
Me
Eilish
too.
after she slams him for hoarding wealth. And this left-wing article frames the same story as, Elon Musk's comebacks are as flat as his attempts at jokes. Very different vibes going on here. I have been using Ground News since
Super biased.
2021 because it is just a great and fun way to keep up with the news. But don't just take my word for it. Even the Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview.
I like that. I think that's really good. I think after this year, to be honest, like I've kind of learned more about like on both sides of things. But I would say overall, I don't regret my vote. I think the one I chose for Trump is still the vote that I still don't regret. Because at the end of the day, like if we would have had Kamala, holy shit, God knows what would have happened to fucking America, right? Like I think Trump was the better choice. Now, are there better choices? Maybe, yeah. I hope we get better choices in the future because I think the problem is what's gonna happen when Trump is gone. Like, man, like either the Republican Party needs to really step the fuck up, or again, like if the Democratic Party ever goes back in power, fuck man, we're so fucking cooked. The cartel would have taken over. Exactly. Yeah, the cartel would have fucking taken over. Nothing would have happened to be honest, because I remember I had my brother was telling me all the shit that was going on. And I have friends who are like part of the border patrol. Like during Biden's years, they basically were ordered to let everyone in. So my friends who were in the border patrol, they would watch these people just fucking roam and just walk through the border with no care in the world. And it was scary, dude. It's real shit.
Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their
What?
Vantage
40%
plan,
off?
which is
Shit.
the plan I use to access all their amazing
I love
features.
free
So
stuff.
go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code here on screen, or use the link in the video description down below.
Look at her
It's
dance
only like
around.
$5 a month, which is basically the price of like a coffee. You can also gift
$5?
a subscription to
That's too much. I just want to drink my coffee.
somebody. Just select
I'm
the
just kidding.
Vantage
That's actually pretty cool.
subscription, add a customized gift message, and Ground News will send it straight to their inbox where they can activate it. The perfect Christmas present for your out-of-touch uncle who gets all his news from Facebook. So thank you, Ground News, for sponsoring this video.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Facebook is pretty trash. Like I would go on Facebook, and I think even both sides are so bad with misinformation. Like literally, like the other day, I saw something like it was like Rhea Ripley's a Trump supporter. I'm like, okay, what the fuck did you get that information, right? Facebook still exists? Yeah, apparently it does. I mean, yeah, but it was crazy. Like they would be like Rhea Ripley's a Trump supporter. I'm like, Rhea Ripley of all people, right? I bet you it's filled with AI. Dude, probably do. Like, there's a ton of AI shit, and like these posts are so out of touch. It's like these posts don't even make any sense. It's so dumb. Like if you're using Facebook as a way of news source, yeah, it's retarded. No, I wouldn't do that. Like, I won't even care what side it's on. I just think it's retarded.
And thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad.
Oh, of course, I would not do that.
Right? Now, let's get back
That's
to
funny.
the video.
I like her. She's funny.
For those of you familiar with the Shoe on Head channel, you know I've harshly criticized the Democratic Party for all my career. Some say too harshly. Frankly, I don't care. And some say I'm not harsh enough on the Republicans. First of all, true, but let's be honest. That's not why you come here. You go to Kyle Kalinske for that. Just like you go to Destiny to see opinions you can hear on CNN.
That's
or
true.
to Hassan for dog training tips.
Kaya, please. This photo is so good because it's just him with the most dumbest retarded look, and you just see the dog get sacked.
You come here to hear, golly gee willikers, I'm left wing and the Democrats have gone crazy. That's the shit you're here for. But are the Democrats actually getting their shit together? Or did they simply get lucky in a few blue areas? One of those blue areas being my city, New York, where Democratic Socialist candidate Zohran Mamdani won the election and will become the new mayor. And a lot of people are like really confused about how this happened. And if you're one of those people, you really need to keep watching. If you don't understand
Yeah, if you don't understand, you're pretty much retarded.
why Mamdani won, I'm sorry to say, but you're kind of like the liberals in 2016 who didn't understand why Trump won. It's actually extremely understandable why Zohran Mamdani won, and it's not just because New York is full of commies or whatever. He is objectively the best Democratic candidate that they've had in a very, very long time.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like they're like Mamdani. Like I looked more into it. The reason why he won was, well, a few things. He's young. Second, he basically ran on the same thing that Trump did in 2016. In 2024 was the people. Like you focus on the people, how you can make their lives better, and that's it. And it, the stupid thing is that they're asking fucking questions like, where would you want to go? It's like, oh, I want to go to Israel. What the fuck answer is that? Like, Who the fuck gives a shit about the freaking juice? You know, it's crazy.
I know the bar is in hell there, but he's young, he's energetic, he's charismatic, and people
Yeah,
are
pretty
really
much.
tired of the White House doubling as a retirement home.
Yeah, no one wants to have like these fucking like old people in there, pretty much.
I like many of his economic policies. I like the universal childcare thing, the transportation, flipping off the Christopher Columbus statue. That's the shit I don't like.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
That's our fucking guy. He was a brave Italian explorer who discovered America, and in this house, Christopher Columbus is a hero. End of story. I've said this many
Yep, and he was also a conqueror and all that shit. But you know what? Without that, we wouldn't have where we are today. So, yep.
times, but I don't think the good left-wing policies can even exist alongside the bad left-wing policies. Like, I don't know how you can have free transportation but also be soft on crime. Like, I don't know, like, in what world does that work out? You can't have nice, clean, free transportation if a bunch of drug addicts and violent felons are going around stabbing people and setting them on fire.
Yeah, like crazy. Like, imagine, like, in Japan, like, we have those fucking bullet trains, and then all of a sudden people are just fucking stabbing each other there. I don't think that would work.
You can't have nice things if you don't have rules to enforce those nice things. You know what I mean? It's always such a breath of fucking fresh air when I go back to visit my family in the suburbs of Long Island, and I go to the CVS, and the fucking toothpaste is free from their plexiglass prisons. I shouldn't have to
Yeah, that's crazy how that shit's freaking locked up. I heard even beef jerky's not locked up.
wait 10 minutes for some poor wagey to come unlock the cagey so I can buy fucking shampoo. We don't have to live that way. Maybe he'll do great, or maybe he gets into power and immediately cucks to the establishment like some other people.
Is that her? Wait, is that her? Holy shit. Wait, is that her at AOC? Alright, you know what? That's pretty dope. I respect her for that. That's funny.
I just don't know how the hell anyone thought Andrew Cuomo was going to win. He killed a bunch of grandmas during COVID.
Oh yeah, no, he was fucking retarded during COVID, from what I heard. And dude, his brother is Chris Cuomo. Those are terrible people. So, why do you think he'd be a good idea?
As you admitted this week, you personally altered the state health department report to undercount the death total, to hide the death
Jesus.
total, and then evaded and lied to these families for
He's like fucking Gavin Newsom, dude. Just fucking just laughs it off, you know?
5 years. So
you killed a shit ton of people. For what?
Yeah,
Also,
literally.
He doesn't live in New York City. He doesn't live in the city he's running to be mayor of. Cuomo just kind of expected to win based on name recognition alone and being like, hey, at least I'm not the other guy. Sound familiar? Trump actually offered a vision. Make America great again. Mamdani offered a vision. A New York City you can afford. So people took a chance on him. People wanted something different. Andrew Cuomo, he had no vision or anything. Oh man, I love tuning into a debate about New York City and 80% of it is about another fucking country.
Yeah, when they talked about the juice.
The first foreign visit by a mayor of New York is always considered significant. Where would you go first?
First visit, I would visit the Holy Land.
I would go to Israel.
I'd
What
make
the
my fourth
fuck?
trip to Israel.
Mr. Mamdani.
I would stay in New York City. My plans are to address
What the fuck are these answers? I will go to Holy Land. What? Like, what is this crap?
New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs and focus
That's a base answer. That is a very, very base answer. Like, right there, saying, like, I'd stay in New York and help out. Great fucking answer.
on that.
Mr. Mamdani, can I just jump in? Would you visit Israel?
That was the exact moment I knew
So dumb. Like, why are we talking about another country when we should be talking about America? He should have said something like, oh, why visit California or something like that. That would have been funny.
Zohran was going to win. Bro was just surrounded by NPCs. I love how they're like, where would you go? And Zohran was like, I'm gonna stay here. And instead of being like, no, Zohran, the question was, where would you go? They're like, why wouldn't you go to Israel? Like, that's the answer to the question. Like, that's just the default answer to that question. His win was very much in part a direct response to the affordability crisis that many Americans are facing. So what is the GOP's answer to the affordability crisis? Oh, great news, guys. There is no affordability crisis. It doesn't exist. It's all in your head, silly. Need to save money? Simply don't buy your grandmother a Christmas present this year.
Budget, budget, budget. You need a plan. Also remember, adults don't need gifts, okay? Focus on the people in your life who are age 3 to 18. Grandma doesn't need slip.
To be fair, I don't really need any gifts either. I think a lot of people ask me what I want for Christmas. So I'm like, just give me money. That's all I really need.
shoppers. If they don't live by you, don't get them a gift. Now's not the time to spend and break the banks.
Zohran's win was also basically a direct response to the housing crisis in America. So what is the GOP's response to the pie-in-the-sky, commie gobbledygook that Zohran Mamdani is selling? Surely they have a better solution.
Here we go. The White House is floating this idea. Bill Pulte is saying, thanks to President Trump, we can indeed work on the 50-year mortgage, a complete...
This is so dumb. 50 mortgage plan. You might as well just not pay rent. Or sorry, you might as well just pay rent.
complete game changer. How does that work in dollars? Here you go. 30-year fixed mortgage right now.
That is insane. What's the point of that?
Paying $2,038 a month, principal and interest on a $400,000 home. At the bottom, under 50 years, you'd save a couple $100 a month at $1,822
Jesus.
principal and interest. That is proposed. Do you like this idea?
I do not like this idea.
Not lowering prices, not building more housing. No, just being a good little slave to the bank for 50 years. You might as well be a rentoid forever in this case. Like, at least you don't have to fix your own dishwasher. You will own nothing and be happy. Doesn't that sound...
That's true. I hear that a lot of people like to rent better because they can just move whenever they want to. And then, of course, again, they have people fixing stuff. It's just not you.
Great, Gen Z? Vote for us. We'll release the Epstein files and finally drain
I love her outfit. This is hilarious.
the swamp. Awesome. Finally, justice. Here it comes, the Epstein files phase 1. We got all your favorite East
Oh, this was so retarded. It's like, what the fuck was even all this shit?
here. Don't you think that's a little tacky? I mean, like, this
So
is an
dumb.
international child trap. The Epstein files are on my desk. Oh, that's great. That's great. That's what we've been waiting for. Well? Oh, they don't exist. Wait.
Yep.
What?
That's-
Yeah, the Epstein files don't exist. They're a Democrat hoax. But you just said, hey, what the fuck? That's my wallet. Sorry, Israel needs new weapons. Bye.
Yeah, pretty much. That's literally pretty much how it went down. It's like, we never get the Epstein files. It was a fake or whatever, a hoax. And then all of a sudden we started giving our money to Israel.
What do you want, Democrat?
Is it a nose ring?
Vote for us. Why? What do you have to offer? Hey! That's my wallet again! What are you people doing? Sorry. Israel needs new weapons.
What?
The
the
Epstein
fuck?
files are a really big deal. This is not a partisan issue. You should absolutely care about an international child trafficking blackmail operation consisting of the most powerful people in the world. And anyone telling you to move on is coping, gaslighting, or in on it. If whatever is in there...
Yeah, and I think that at the end of the day, like, even though people go like, oh yeah, the Epstein files, you know, it's more bigger than we thought. Well, maybe we need to drain the swamp and just fucking release it. Because I think overall, like, yeah, sure, let's just say if it destroys the whole, like, Congress or whatever, good. Like, we should destroy the swamp or whatever, take down the deep state, and whoever's on there, go to jail. I don't care who you are. You're on the list, going to jail.
is so damning that it is a national security risk, the people deserve to know. Like, I don't know about you, but if we are paying taxes to a bunch of satanic pedophiles, I would like to know. That is information I would...
Yeah, 100%. Like, I don't want to be giving out my money to people where, like, these people are just straight up pedophiles or whoever these people are, right? I think that's the crazy thing about it. And again, so be it. Release it. Who cares? Like, just release it.
Like to know. Like, I already know we're doing that, but I would like some confirmation. Okay,
Yeah.
so literally as I am filming this, Trump is saying he is releasing the Epstein files. So
Apparently, it's supposed to be by next week, I think.
guess they weren't a hoax. I'm gonna be so honest. I have no idea what the is going on, you guys. I'm sure when this video gets posted, there's already gonna be more things that have happened. Also, Mike Johnson apparently said they need to make changes to the files to make sure we,
Make
quote, don't
changes.
do
Don't do permanent damage to the political system. No, we do need to do damage to the political system. Because the political system right now is so fucking rigged and so, like, it's just so corrupt.
permanent damage to the political system. If releasing the Epstein files would do damage to the political system, then so be it. Then it deserves to be damaged. It deserves to be destroyed. Just
Yep.
release the files. After all, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
Yeah,
Isn't
right?
that right, government? But
Yep.
it wasn't just the Epstein
Exactly.
files thing that has MAGA feeling a little demoralized lately.
Does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, You can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people
no, you
here.
don't. No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have. You don't have certain talents, and people have to learn.
We've talked about this a few times on the.
Yeah, I think with the HP visa thing, I think it's kind of stupid that, like, I think what we need to do is, like, if we want to bring them over, they shouldn't all be in some advanced shit, because we do have people here who can do coding and all that stuff. Like, I don't think we need to hire, like, other people in countries where, like, they're just, like, they want to do it for cheaper for coding. I think it's so dumb.
This channel, actually very recently in the male loser epidemic video, the no talented Americans thing is a myth pushed on us by corpos and billionaires, so they can hire foreign workers who will work for less money and won't unionize. Worker drones who will work under the coercion of deportation, essentially creating infinite scab labor. Even though there are so many Americans in these fields looking for jobs. But those spoiled Americans will ask for a living wage so they can live in a 600-foot square apartment. How dare they? We can't do that. So import 1 billion immigrants. After all, it's good for business.
Folks are not thrilled about this idea of hundreds of thousands of foreign students in the United States.
If we were to cut that in half, which perhaps makes some people happy, you would have half the colleges in the United States go out of business.
So what?
And it's
Good.
not that I
Yeah,
want
exactly.
them,
So what?
but I view it as a business.
Unfortunately, America does feel like nothing but 3 corporations in a trench coat. But America is not a business. America is not a corporation. It is a nation. The contrast of what Trump is saying here compared to how he used to talk is staggering. Republicans embracing populism, at least rhetorically, is what gave rise to Donald Trump and fundamentally changed the way Republicans do politics in America. If you go back and watch—
Yeah, and definitely Trump. I think I agree. Like, Trump has basically changed the game. And he technically wasn't even a real Republican, to be honest. He just went there because Democrats didn't want him. So, like, he's definitely changed the game for sure. But lately, I don't know. I haven't been a fan of what he's been doing, really.
the debates of Donald Trump in 2016, it's crazy.
We should have never—
Oh, man, he fucking went. He talked so much shit. Like, it was so great. He broke the system, I felt like. Like, the typical, like, oh, let's just be polite to him. No, he just went in.
been in Iraq. We have destabilized the Middle East. They lied. They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were
Oh,
not.
man, this was like... Man, I miss 2016 Trump. This was like when he just fucking went ham. I miss this version.
And they knew there were none.
This is the guy who was like, I'm gonna bomb the shit out of them. You gotta be stopped.
There were no weapons of mass destruction.
All right.
I remember being like, damn, that's not how politicians in general—
It was literally watching like WWE. It was like a bunch of promos, dude. That's how it felt like. It felt like I was watching WWE. It was great.
really talked at that time. Like, we would see it from Bernie Sanders and maybe like Ron Paul, but to get up on stage in a Republican debate in front of Republican donors saying that kind of shit was unheard of. Bro was getting booed. Trump won in 2016 by decrying the bloodlust and warmongering of the Republican Party, but also by speaking to the economic woes of the average working class American. Basically saying, I see you, to people who felt like they haven't been seen by either party in a very long time. Like, I saw people in my life, my neighbors and stuff, that were all like Obama voters, like, just flipped to Trump, and now, like, all of Long Island. Long Island is like the Florida of the Northeast, bro. It is like Trump country there now.
Oh,
Before
wow.
Trump— Oh, my nuggies are here. My nuggies are here. 1 second. 1 second. I must go get my
Give me
nuggies.
some.
It's nuggie time.
Get my nuggies.
34-year-old woman, by the way. Mother, by the way. Before Trump,
Your
the Democrats
mom, wow.
basically relied on talking about how the Republican Party didn't care about the working class. But eventually, the problem for Democrats was the working class didn't care about them. But now it seems like the Republican Party is going back on all of that and becoming the Bush-era neoconservative party again, right as they're winning, embracing freaks like Lindsey Graham.
So I just want to say I feel good about the Republican Party. I feel good.
Yeah, like, I feel like right now what's been going on, it seems like it's going back to like the old shit where it's like all about war and stuff and, you know, giving money to Israel all over again. I mean, I know we've been doing it forever, but I just feel like now it's just like we just keep funding these wars, and I think wars are stupid.
Good about where we're going as a nation. We're killing all the right people and we're cutting your taxes. Trump is my favorite president. We've run out of bombs. We didn't run out of bombs in World War II.
Republicans, is that what you want your party to be? Lowering taxes and killing people? We tried that already. To many Republicans, the solution to the affordability crisis wreaking havoc on Americans is simply trusting the free market, working hard, and if that doesn't work, they bust out all reliable.
If you're a young person and you can't afford to live here, then maybe you should not live here.
Oh, this guy's... You know, I used to like Ben Shapiro, but I don't really like him anymore. I think he's just been such a piece of crap, dude. Like, I don't like what he's been saying. It's like, okay, you're saying us we can't afford to live here, but by the way, let's give our money to the Jews and, you know, we'll go from there, right?
I mean, that is a real thing. Yeah, I know that we've now grown up in a society that says that you deserve to live where you grew up, but the reality is that the history of America is almost literally the opposite of that.
Ah yes, the classic. Just move. Just move from Economic Zone 67 to Economic Zone 69. I don't know, man. Maybe some people actually like where they live. Maybe they want to make their community better. This is like the libertarian version of just deal with it when you talk to leftists about crime. Like, no, we shouldn't just deal with it. We shouldn't just move. Maybe we can make the cities in our country livable and safe. Maybe better things are possible, actually. My husband and I moved away from our families because of his job, and it f***ing sucks. It sucks raising kids without an extended family around. Say hi to grandma.
It is pretty hard.
FaceTime.
That's why we haven't really moved at all from California, even though we like don't like California. Like, I mean, we like it for the sunshine and all the other stuff, but when it comes to, like, governors and taxes and, you know, the state and stuff like that, it's like, it's definitely not our favorite place. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, like, it's nice to have an extended family here.
Not normal, not natural. When I was growing up, it was like aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents were just coming in and out of my house, like bringing over food.
That's
like,
true. I used to live with the whole family, my grandma, and my uncle and aunt, and my cousins. So we're all under one roof.
Hey, I got some mancati. I would be babysat by my cousins and my aunts. And because we moved away, my kid won't have that. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's one reason many young people are putting off having children. The complete lack of community. The
100%. Yeah, like with the reason why a lot of people aren't having kids is because they can't afford it. It's too expensive, and they can't, you know, live on their own or like live in a place with their significant other. It's like, it's just too expensive.
Of a village. If you can't afford to live where your family lives, just move to fucking Gary, Indiana, where there's nobody around and no jobs and no family and no friends, but hey, at least you can afford a house there. That's not how life
We did think about Alabama, to be honest.
should work, Ben. Maybe take a step back and try to understand. Am I doing bird hands too much? You guys have made me so insecure about the fucking bird hands thing ever since this meme.
Oh my god.
Okay, listen, I'm a woman, okay? We are programmed to scold children, and when no children are around, we scold people on the internet, okay? Anyway, Nick Fuentes is a far-right commentator and a controversial figure to say the least. But his main topic he covers is Israel, which is an extremely hot topic that many other right-
This guy's only 23, by the way.
wing commentators seem to not want to touch. And the rare times they do touch it, it's them telling you not to talk about it, questioning why you care so much, or shape-shifting into the woke mob they fought against for so many years, calling you names, calling for you to be censored. What's funny is they didn't care about any of Nick Fuentes' rants on, like, race or women. They only started caring when his rants on Israel were blowing up. Nick recently did an interview with Tucker
pretty
Carlson,
crazy, huh?
which completely ignited the
Yeah, this guy really blew up. Like, I know he was like kind of there before and stuff like that, but with his Tucker Carlson and all that stuff, yeah, this is when he went ham.
Civil war that was brewing on the right for some
Like, that's
time
when everyone
now.
started
It got
realizing
so
it.
ridiculous that even Chuck Schumer went
Oh
on
yeah,
the
dude, Chuck Schumer crashed out over Nick. It was so funny.
Senate floor and called for a disavowal of Nick Fuentes. Sir, with all due respect, none. Why do politicians need a resolution in the Senate to disagree with a citizen? Hello?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Like, you're thinking about, like, dude, you're crashing out over a 23-year-old who's not really a politician, but a freaking Rumble social media influencer. And you're worried about him? Crazy.
So I have gathered you all here today to disavow Hitler Bussy 420. People can't afford groceries, Charles. Ben Shapiro, in particular, has spent the last few months extremely confused and angry about Zohran Mamdani and Nick Fuentes becoming popular in the mainstream, all while his numbers continue to drop. I honestly don't think he understands what is happening here, so I am going to explain to you, Ben, what exactly is going on here.
Nice,
The
here you go.
American dream does not exist anymore for most people. Young people followed advice that worked for older generations, and it got—
Let me see if I can turn the volume real quickly.
them nowhere. Young people are tired of this stale, moldy, old, dead consensus that has dominated American politics for a very long time. The one that dragged us into all these foreign wars and sold us out for some cheap plastic shit from China. Young people are tired of being told to sit down and shut up and pledge allegiance to the free market in a country that seems to not give a shit about them, as well as a foreign country they have absolutely no connection to. For so long, establishment hacks and establishment shills looked at the issues bothering the people and just kind of dismissed them. Can't afford to live where you grew up? Just move. Don't like that the toothpaste is locked behind plexiglass? Just deal with it. Think it's kind of f***ed up how you work.
Yeah, I feel like that's what's been going on for like a long time. It's like they just keep telling us just suck it up or move or, you know, it is what it is.
Work 40 hours a week and still can't afford to pay rent? What are you, some kind of communist? You don't like funding a genocide with your tax dollars? What are you, anti-Semitic? If you don't address the issues of the people will gravitate towards those who are addressing those issues. It's not Mamdani's fault he won. It's yours. It's not Nick Fuentes' fault he's popular. It's yours. Wow. The tragedy of Ben Shapiro is that he led a life worshipping the free market, only to lose in the free marketplace of ideas. Now, with all this neocon rhetoric coming out of the GOP, are the Democrats going to pick up the populist ball that they are fumbling? Are they actually going to get their shit together? Probably well, they are trying, because they have written an article called Deciding to Win, where after interviewing over 300,000 American voters from both parties, they may have finally discovered the secret to winning.
To give ourselves the best chance to win, we recommend the following changes to our approach. Democrats need to 1. Focus our messaging on an economic program centered on lowering costs, growing the economy, creating jobs, and expanding the social
Gee, I could have told you that.
Safety net. 2. Advocate for popular economic policies. Moderate our positions where our agenda is unpopular, including on issues like immigration, public safety, energy production, and some identity and culture.
So basically what they need to do is stop being woke. I think that's the biggest thing that's really stopping them right now is the woke ideology that they have or identity politics. Those are the two things that Democrats are running on a lot. And because of those two things, I think that's what's kind of screwing them over, right? And if they just focus on like this stuff, it'd be fine. But because they're so into like identity politics and like focusing on like, oh wow, we want a woman president or we want a black president, it just doesn't work, right? And I think like until they change that, it's not going to change.
Role issues.
So basically it took you guys 10 years, millions of dollars, and dozens of Microsoft team meetings to come to the conclusion that everyone has been saying forever. You wasted
because they obviously don't give a shit either way.
A decade worshipping at the altar of mentally ill Karens, and now you're acting like, hey, what if we were normal is a groundbreaking political discovery. F*** you. I could have told you
literally
all this for free. It is a bad sign that it took you over a decade to come to the same conclusion that my audience has come to like a decade ago. And they're all retarded. Please reflect on this, I beg of you. Also, what do you mean you had unpopular positions on public safety? Like, why would you even say that out loud? Yeah, let's vote for the party that admits it was wrong about the issue of crackheads shanking people in the street. I love this quote from Nancy Pelosi randomly shoved in here.
Winning an election is a decision. You make a decision to win, and then you make every decision in favor of winning.
How deep?
What the fuck is this word salad shit?
How thought-provoking. Thank you, Nancy. What would we do without you? Probably win an election.
Democrats have changed our focus. In comparison with the Democratic Party of 2012, today's Democratic Party is more focused on issues like climate change, democracy, abortion, and identity and
like half their shit's so stupid. When they say democracy, it's like, are you guys really being democratic? Because I feel like half the time it's about like, oh, well, you can't say this. Oh, well, you can't say that.
Concerns and less focus on the economy and middle class.
If you say this, you're racist.
Well, below shows the shift. Through an analysis of the prevalence of selected words in the 2024 Democratic Party platform in comparison with the 2012 Democratic Party platform.
This whole study is really interesting, but I need you guys to see this chart because when I first saw this, the scream I screamed. So Democrats since 2012 have increased their rhetoric on race by sit down 1,137%. On the gays, 1,044%. Their rhetoric on men has decreased by 51%. It is now negative 51%. On fathers, negative 100%. They just stopped talking about that. Veterans, negative 31%. Them. The economy, negative 51% because nobody cares about that, right? The middle class, 79%, but I guess you can't really talk about something that is disappearing. and jobs, -47%. It somehow gets worse. Apparently, voters trust Republicans more on the most important issues to them, and trust Democrats the most on the least important issues to them. Like, they literally care the least about LGBT, but trust Democrats the most with it. The most popular Democratic policies among voters are things like lowering drug prices, banning stock trading, expanding Medicare, and raising the minimum wage. While the most unpopular Democratic policies are things like abolishing the police, providing free healthcare to illegal immigrants.
That's crazy. Abolishing the police, man. Like, you can't hate the media enough for that shit.
And affirmative action. You're telling me this for the first time. Democrats, here is some advice for free. You can't just be MAGA light. Why would people drink Mr. Pibb when Dr. Pepper is right there? You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring something different, something better to the table. And that difference should be working class focused economic.
I think what the Democrats are really focusing on, they're just betting on, praying, and hopefully that Trump fucks up in the next 3 years so then they can actually win.
Populism. I don't just want 2 neocon parties, okay? But all of this is pointless when it's clear the Dems are not changing at all. They're just gonna change their messaging. They're putting pretty wrapping paper and a bow on a big fat smelly turd. There is a chance that the Democrats may win based entirely on Orange Man bad. Again.
Pretty much.
Which means they might get into office by learning absolutely f***ing nothing. Again. Then the voters will go, oh my god, nothing has changed, and then they'll vote for a Republican. American politics is just a revolving door of—
Yeah, pretty much that's what happens. I think with American politics nowadays, it's like, if that doesn't work, they'll switch to the other side. If that doesn't work, they'll switch to the other side. It's kind of like the same shit. I think that's why most people did vote for Trump this year, because they saw the 4 years with Biden wasn't what they wanted, and that was a Democratic Party, so that's why they switched to Trump.
Villains, isn't it? Rest assured, whoever wins, we lose. If you're actually gonna do this shit, if you're actually gonna do what you're saying in this little article, you better be going whole hog, not just a tip. I'm talking embracing Shoecialism.
Shoecialism. Let's see how this is.
For many years, I have been smeared as many things. Grifter, flip-flopper, fence-sitter, racist, sexist, homophobic.
Really? Wow.
But I am not a grifter, flip-flopper, or a fence-sitter. I'm simply living in 2055. You see, America has been a hyper-capitalist, economically center-right, socially center-left country since about the mid-century. And I know libertarians in my audience are gonna be like, it's not capitalism, it's cronyism. Okay, whatever the f you want to call it, it sucks, okay? So what if instead, and hear me out, what if instead we were a more people-focused, community-focused, working-class-focused, economically left—
Wait, but that makes too much sense, though.
Socially right country. All the data shows more people fall into that quadrant, the populist quadrant, the Shoecialist quadrant, if you will, than the current system we are in today. If a Shoecialist party existed, it would be incredibly popular, but it doesn't exist. And that's probably by design, honestly. The Social Democrat Party of Denmark has passed many progressive policies that liberals in America would only dream of. Protection from rent hikes, free college and healthcare, carbon taxes, and a very strong welfare system. But
I actually wouldn't mind if we had free healthcare or we had free colleges. I actually wouldn't mind that. But the trade-off is, if we're doing free colleges, it could only be majors that are useful to society, right? Now, of course, again, I'd say overall, like, let's just say, like, there's journalism, right? I think that's important, because journalism, obviously, you know, if you want to do the news and stuff, and obviously need stuff like that. But I'm talking about, like, blue-collar work, where, like, that stuff needs to be free. Like, where you need plumbers, you need electricians, like, maybe the police force should be paid for. That's what I personally think. Like, it needs to be, like, these kind of stuff need to be paid for, because these are the jobs that no one wants to do, but we need them, right? I think that's a way where we can start off, like, free education could be those. Now, if you want to do, like, fucking gender studies or something ridiculous, then you can pay that out of your own pocket.
The social
like, it should basically just be a list of stuff that basically gives you the free education, you know, and that'll boost up jobs.
Party also believes in a strict immigration policy. They believe that if immigration is too fast or chaotic, it puts pressure—
Yeah, and I think with the immigration stuff, like, we really gotta fix that shit, because I don't think the way Biden did it was, obviously, it was a terrible idea where you just got millions of people in into the country at once, rather than properly vet them and then let them in. Because I think overall, if you really wanted people in, right, you would have done it the right way, or at least vetted, them, and then sneak them in there, right? I think that's what they should have done. But they just let everyone fucking in, which is why we're in this whole crazy situation of deporting everyone, because, we don't know who's out there, right?
On working class communities, weakens social unity, and makes it harder to maintain their strong welfare system. Wow, what a f***ing grifter Denmark is. I feel like so many people nowadays are like terminally left-right brain to the point where like they look at issues and instead of being like, that solution makes sense to me, I believe that, I agree with that, they instead go, that's the left-wing solution, therefore I will believe in that. And it's so stupid and...
Yeah, pretty much. I think a lot of people definitely feel that way. It's whether you want to be called libtard or called Nazi. It's like, there's just no middle ground.
Hyperpartisan and makes absolutely no sense to me, and that's why I think like a lot of left-right brain hyperpartisan people don't understand me or people like me. That's why they call me a centrist or fence-sitter or flip-flopper or whatever. And it's like, no, I'm not a fence-sitter. I have many strong opinions. You just don't like them. And no, I'm not a...
Oh, you're such a Nazi libtard. Yes, I'm both. I'm a Nazi libtard. That's right.
Flip-flopper, just because you don't understand the concept of having opinions that don't perfectly fall on the arbitrary, always changing left-right axis that is American circus politics. There's nothing incoherent about my beliefs on paper. None of them contradict one another. I don't understand. She likes free healthcare but doesn't want to chemically castrate children? She believes in workers' rights but wants a stricter border? I don't get it. Like, where is the contradiction?
Yeah, it's like being a middle person right there.
I'm basically just Bernie Sanders before he got his spine surgically removed by the DNC. In conclusion, MAGA and the Republican Party embracing populism is what made them so popular in the first place. But if the Republican Party's answer to all these issues young people are having is, F you, just move, you're not talented, maybe you'll own a home when you're 70 years old, they're doomed. Like, they had a small...
Yeah, I think the Republican Party is doomed if they keep going like, oh, support Israel and, all this stuff. They're gonna be ruined.
A brief fling with populism and ghosted it. Just pumped and dumped. Like a fat whore they're ashamed of and won't bring out on dates in public.
As I'm editing this, Trump and Mamdani had a meeting together, and it was very interesting.
We were discussing when Bernie Sanders...
Yeah, they were so nice.
Race,
what is
up
this?
A lot of his votes, and people had no idea. When he was put out of the race, I think quite unfairly, if you want to know the truth, many of the Bernie Sanders voters voted for me. And
Look at Mamdani. Yeah, dude, he's like, shit. Well, the funny thing about this is that he never sat down. So he basically stood the entire fucking 30 plus minutes while fucking Trump's in his fucking chair, dude. He's fucking terrified, dude. He was like, dude, if I fucking slip or pass out, I'm done.
I felt very comfortable, frankly, in seeing that and saying that. I would feel very, very comfortable being in New York, and I think much more so after the meeting. We agree on a lot more than I would have thought.
I'm sorry, this is my new favorite pop.
I love this photo, and the memes for this is so good.
Diplomatic Yowie ship. They love each other. Maybe it's not over, folks. Maybe the power of friendship and populism will save us all.
Listen, I want my kids to grow up in a safe and affordable world where they can get jobs and they can start a family and then they can have the same for their kids. And I feel like at the end of the day, that's what most people want, left and right. They just have different ideas on how to get there. It just so happens my ideas happen to be the correct ones, and if you disagree with them, you will be sent to the re-education camp. Do you want one? Do you want a nuggie?
I do want a
Pledge
nuggie.
your allegiance to Shoecialism, and you get a nuggie. So that was
Yes.
that little video.
Give
If you
me some
liked it,
nuggies.
please subscribe for more. And if you want to help support the channel, donate to my Patreon, link down below. All patrons get every single video uncensored a day early. If you can't or don't want to support me on Patreon, that's fine.
But we want the feet pics, though.
I don't care. I didn't want you to anyway.
Alright, here's the video for you guys to watch
Okay,
it.
I will see you guys soon with a fun slop video, just in time for Christmas.
I love slop videos. Alright, well that was a cool video though. That was really long, but that was good. It was a really good video, very informative. And I think with her, it's like, I like how she's kind of like not biased towards one side. And again, she's pretty smart from what I've heard, and she's funny. So yeah, no, I'm all for it. I think that was a great video for sure.